Rocky, go.
Pfeiffer's arriving. Welcome to Pfeiffer's DD991 podcast. Here to talk about Mighty Mouse and how not mighty he is because he's a fucking lame ass motherfucker. And here we go with Lil Tate and Gilly.
What's up, everybody? So, I don't know if you know our nickname for old Eye Patch McCann or Dan Crenshaw is going to be Mighty Mouse now. And you're going to see why here in a few minutes why we're going to make fun of him about this. Not only is he claims, United States Navy, I'm a fucking SEAL, but most SEALs wouldn't act the way that he's acting, calling other people out. When he gets called out, turned into a little fucking bitch is what he turns into. Can't stand the fucking guy. We keep talking ambassadors, to the service, and this guy keeps just fucking shitting all over us. And it's getting to the point where it's starting to piss me the fuck off. Like, this guy is just fucking bureaucrat from hell. So if nobody heard, I'm sure there's been a lot on the news, but, Crenshaw is now facing an ethics complaint after he threatened to kill Tucker Carlson. You don't, oh, if I seen this dude, I'm gonna fucking kill him. That's a threat, dude. That's a conspiracy to commit fucking murder. So he's a piece of shit, like flat out. Like right there, it says fucking kill General Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, I got it. He talks about him going to fucking Russia and going into the grocery store and, saying how nice it was and the comparisons and things like that. I can understand where people would be upset with Tucker Carlson because he's such a staunch U.S. journalist and has been for a long time. But he's also covering the other side. A lot of people, old fucking Cold War boogeyman, fucking Russia, blah, 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 blah. Oh shit, Russia's going to do this, Russia's going to do that. If anybody took any fucking social classes, you'll know about MAD, the mutually assured destruction. And that's what it was. So, I'm fucking sick of hearing about Russia being the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them. I'm not a Russian sympathist, but I'm getting fucking tired of seeing them as a fucking boogeyman. There are way bigger boogeymans out there, and you're starting to see them right here in our own fucking home side, fucking DC swamp. Those are the real fucking boogeyman, the deep state, all that shit. What I want to show is what makes this funny. Why we're gonna call him Mighty Mouse, little bitch. Old Alex Stein, if anybody's seen this, confronts him on the sidewalk and talk a lot of shit to him, and you can see his demeanor change. That is gonna play for a few seconds, so let me get this one up. I think it's absolutely hilarious, dude.
Dan, you're just such a little loser. I'm trying to grab my thing. Look, you're too slow. He's too slow. Navy SEAL. It's funny, Dan, how you said you're tall. I'm small, but I'm so much taller than you, Dan. I'm so much bigger than you. You're a little sad little boy. I'm the little one. Imagine me calling you out because you're a globalist. Oh, I got a job. I work for the Blaze. I make a lot of money. Yeah, I do.
So you got Alex Stein calling him out there, and you can see that height difference. Alex Stein's one hell of a comedian and grifter, but he's calling out this guy after time. Crenshaw's been called out more. Called him out for taking illegal, $220 million illegally. And he also, voted for the continued funding in Ukraine. So he's another fucking warmonger. To use the fucking Russian boogeyman bullshit, tying in the military and shit like that. Most of us, I don't know, Rocky, if you did it, but we've chased the Russians. We've sailed next to them out on the ocean. And we wouldn't give the right of way to them. They were trying to cross our fucking, cross across us. The captain's like, the fuck you are? And I mean, we're like smoke deck, far enough away to flip each other off and shit. If we wanted to fucking hit each other with a slingshot or a golf ball, we could have done it. You know what I mean? Like we always fuck with each other out there. You know, I loved fucking with the Russians, man. The Russians were fun, in my opinion. We were chasing them, and I'll tell you what, the Russians got that fucking really fucks with people is they have ships out there. I think they call them IF something. Anyway, they will put out a Wi-Fi fucking signal, right? And people kind of like have their phones on, don't realize they're not in airplane mode. They'll go out topside and they'll get like a Wi-Fi signal. They're like, "Oh shit, I got a Wi-Fi signal," right? So they go to try to call, and that collects data from them. There's actually a big security thing that went on with them. Like, if you get Wi-Fi out in the middle of the ocean on your phone, let us know. Do not use it. There's the fucking, a Russian ship out here somewhere that's, it's like their scout class. I can't remember exactly which one, but it's funny as fuck, dude. The Russians do some fucking crazy shit, and they got those crazy ass like pinstripe fucking uniforms they got when they're out there. It's fucking funny, dude. Like, I seen stats the other day that was like they lost, Ukraine's lost 20% of their population. They just lost 50% of their mineral rights because they got to pay us back from the Biden
How,
administration.
how many men have died from the war?
Dude, I don't know. It's upwards. It's upwards. Like I said, 20% of that population. Now there is other parts of that population that has fled. Right? They fled out. They're in other countries. Um, so that this Lindsey Graham, I know it's probably memory hold. I'd have to dig out the video of it where he says we'll grind Russia down with every last man in Ukraine, and that's fucking sickening, dude. You're fucking meat grinding people on your behalf to go out there. It's the whole
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I think Lindsey Graham is a piece of shit. That
Yeah.
motherfucker came onto my ship in 2019 when all that crap went down with Iran when I was on the Lincoln, and I was like this guy, piece of crap. I think it was the other motherfucker too, Mitch McConnell, that was on there too. I
Well,
couldn't stand any of those dudes because they're such fucking little fucking rhino pussies. They couldn't stand up for anything that was right. They couldn't do anything that was right for people. They just did it for the money because they're little money whores. Cowards, in my opinion. Just like the Crenshaw guy. He's a coward. All he wants is money.
Well, just
And
like Dan Crenshaw calls Social Security a fucking entitlement. Entitlement. No, that's not entitlement, people. That was paid into a fucking trust by the people comes out of your fucking paychecks. Now, entitlement is fucking welfare that these people get never paid into. That's a fucking entitlement, not Social Security.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's to truly help people. I mean, you hear all the people crying about, these people losing their federal jobs. That's where the job numbers came up in Biden's administration. They took government federal jobs and put a shitload of people into them, right? They just boom, 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 filling up after they ravaged the fucking private sector, mom and pop shops or fucking Walmart staying open, the big chains are staying open. And they shut a lot of people fucking out.
yeah, I mean, I'm lucky we survived that thing when my wife and I started our business, and we're still doing pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
And people forget too, though, when fucking Clinton was slashing the budget, right? He laid off or fired over 3,000 federal workers. Where was the outrage then, motherfuckers? Come on. Just because it's Trump doing it, just shut the fuck up, you lefty fucking ludist.
So did
well,
so did fucking Obama. They both campaigned on it. You
Yeah.
can listen to the fucking them talk about it.
you know what I want to call out? I want to call out the double standard from the left wing fucking media. You motherfuckers are the biggest fucking liars in the fucking world. You're pathetic, and you will never change anybody's fucking mind as long as you keep on fucking lying like the little fucking sissy cowards you are. Stop lying and tell the goddamn fucking truth, you cowards, or be prepared to be confronted by people like me because I will not show you any fucking mercy. The second I get you in my grip, you're done. You're done because your facts are fucking fake.
Right, and you've seen right that NPR is losing their funding. You know, a public radio station that is so far left. You know what I mean? Like they're always throwing out far left propaganda. You know, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Now it's EDS. You know, Elon derangement syndrome. So now you see like the mental health. You know, it's like MAGA stands for Make Asylums Great Again. Because there's a lot of people that have mental issues that need to fucking go in and get some psychiatric help. Like,
It's like we need to go back to the fucking Victorian era when we had fucking asylums in England and shit like that. Are we trying to turn this into fucking Batman? Are you motherfuckers ready to be called Clayface and fucking the Joker? Because none of you are fucking that cool. So
I'm sure that look at the people that when the Joker came out with Joaquin Phoenix, you know, all of these crazy fucking people on that side were like, oh my God, look at it. You know, went crazy over it, you know.
yeah, they tried to say, oh, it's incels and all this other crap. You guys are fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand men. You never try to understand men. You don't respect men. So guess what? You're never going to get men to go on your side because you motherfuckers suck.
And if you do get men to go on your side, it's not going to be the men that you fucking want. Those men ain't going to protect you when the fucking chips are on the fucking table, people.
And if you keep on disrespecting men, why would any man protect you? You got to ask yourself that. Why do you deserve protection if you don't like or respect or love men? Especially the men in your life. Like, you got to think about that. Like, are you entitled to anything? Like, this has to be brought up. I'm sorry if it sounds like a rough topic, but what are you entitled to? Because you're what? You're the opposite sex, you're entitled to care and all that crap? Well, what about us? You guys fucking vote and you don't have to go to fucking war or get drafted. Where's the equality there?
The outrage when they were floating that idea about fucking you know, drafting women after they talk about equality so much. It was like, wait a second. But we already know that you can't put women on the front line because of white knight syndrome. That men have that, like real men.
Yes, because we love you guys so much. We want to protect you because we love women. We love our females. We love women. We want you to love us like we love you, but we know that's not the truth because of the red pill. But we still want you to fucking acknowledge that if you really want equality, then you better put your fucking mouth where your fucking money is. Or shut the fuck up for fucking ever. I'm sorry to say that way, but I mean, seriously, if you are not willing to put your life on the line for anything, why the fuck should you have a voice when it comes to that shit? And that's kind of like a valid question. I know it's rough, but what can we say?
I say, you know what? If they can't be drafted like men can, right? Because every man, even today, has to sign up for the drafts. If they don't have to, they don't get the right to vote. Period. That's the reason why we had to sign up for the draft to get the right to vote back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, still to this day, my son, 18, has to sign up for the fucking draft, right?
It's selective service.
Yeah, selective
Down
service.
there, what the draft really is, it's selective service is what it's called.
Yeah,
you
it's
still have
selective
to, or
service. He has to sign up for it. So why doesn't the women do that if they're so strong and fucking empowered? Why are women strong and fucking empowered when they're single, but then they take child support?
That's an argument forever, dude.
See, that's a big one right there. That's a big one because a lot of these women, right, they don't want the fathers in the picture. That all that kid is to them is a payday. I ain't saying all mothers like that, but majority of them are.
But you know what? I'm going to say this right now. I love the mothers that respect men, that had shitty men in their lives, and they did the best they could with their sons and their daughters, and they did right by them. But the ones that just want to use men for money, you guys are sucky. You
You
guys
know,
are pathetic.
I got told that when I had to for my first child, I had to pay child support, and I was told by the clerk she didn't care if my ex lived in the fucking car outside the courthouse. That money was going to her, didn't matter where it went, even though it's supposed to go to the child, to cover everything. I was paying for their lifestyle, with the amount, cost of living, and then what pay grade I was, and she did like flat out said that to me on the phone. I wish I'd had like the ability to record it, but it was so I didn't think I would hear that from a woman, a clerk's position telling me they didn't care where the fuck she lived. I was like, that's fucking insane.
All they care about is the money, dude.
Yeah, because the court gets it too.
Yeah, and that's why it's a racket. It's RICO. When you have people that are purposely fucking over people that are trying to dissolve their marriage to get retirement money, there is a problem. And Congress and Senate and the president and the judicial branch, they all need to fucking fix that, because if they do not fix that shit, you're going to have men leaving in droves. And when the men leave, who's going to defend you? You need to think about that. Stop thinking you hate men, and think about who is going to defend you if men leave the country and expatriate.
And it's happening like we talked about before.
Yeah, it is. It's happening, and it scares me, but I understand the mentality. I understand the thinking and the logic, and it breaks my fucking heart because I love women. I love women because they're the most beautiful creation in all of the universe.
And it's not just here. It's around the world. Like
It
it's
is.
not, the 4B movement started in South Korea that, tried to latch on here. That didn't last very long. That came up in the news feed for like a week. We're not going to have sex with men anymore. And that's like we've discussed before. It's like you're only good for sex. That's the only thing you threw out there. Like, oh, we're not having sex with men anymore. And you're like, wow, you really just demigrated yourself down to sex.
A set of holes.
Yeah.
A set of wet holes, instead of being a beautiful woman that could be a lovely mother to raise children and be the heart of the family while the man is the head of the household. You could be the heart, but you decided to rip the heart out and become nothing. And now you're going to see more of this crap as 2025 and 2026, all the way to 2030, when they made that prediction that 45% of women are going to be unmarried and childless. I think it's going to be more, because you guys keep on doubling down on doing the wrong thing, because you've never been held accountable. But I guess what? I think you're going to start being held accountable, and you're not going to like it.
Oh yeah, and another thing too, like Social Security. That's the only way you get Social Security is selective service.
Yep.
That was part of the deal for Social Security Trust, was you had to sign up for selective service, voting, and Social Security.
And actually, at one point, if you want to donate property as a man, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
John Peck. He said he's going to be retiring in June 10th.
Who?
Congrats,
John
bro.
Peck.
Nice.
Congrats. I'm glad you're retiring. I hope it works out for you, bro.
Hey, and I want to go to say that you don't have to keep stress on your body to stay alive like GSMs do, like myself. I haven't really worked in like a year and a half. I've just been going to school. I think I worked Amazon for 2 weeks. So, there has been GSMs have had heart attacks and other service members because they don't have enough stress on their body. Just gotta do it slow. You'll be fine.
I have something to say about that. I had a guy that died, an E6 from the Army, that died in 2012. Well, I was assistant command duty officer in Bahrain. He died right on the street. They brought him in. They tried to do CPR. He died. But you know what I found out? If your life is not that stressful and you have some peace of mind and peace in your heart, you will be okay. And what I want to tell everyone that's watching this, if they watch it or if they give it a chance, hopefully they watch this part. You need some peace of mind. You need some peace in your heart. No matter what's going on, no matter how bad it is, or no matter what your political affiliation is or anything like that, you need some peace of mind and you need some peace of heart because we don't want anyone to pass away, especially our own shipmates. You know what I mean? Especially from the Fife or any other ship. We don't want you guys to pass away. We want you guys to talk to us. We want to hear from you guys. We want to know that your life is going okay. But we want you also to have peace of mind and peace of heart. That's all I wanted to say about that.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a strong like family, outside of your own family, like wife and stuff, but grandparents, brothers, sisters, mother, father, I found that actually worked for me because you only take 2 weeks of leave or a week here, and you only get to visit out of the time. That's part of what I did. I ended up leaving and spending like 6, almost 7 months with my family, and actually like getting time, not rushing around to sit down and just talk and catch back up. And like you said, find peace of mind. I had to sacrifice a little bit of my family time, here, but it's like, that's who I grew up with. So I know it might sound kind of harsh, like, oh, your family's, you may only have your family here, but if you got family back home that supported you, take that time to really spend with them, not calling on the phone, not, sit down, play card games, board games, video games. Me and my brother did all kinds of cooking out, like teaching him how to barbecue, pit boss, shit like that. And then, I went to a cabin, my brother's father-in-law, he has a cabin out in the woods. I'd take the weekend and go sit out there and just stare at nothing. Just grab a couple beers and sit there and stare at nothing, dude. Make some ramen noodles, get a fire going in the the fireplace, like a heater fireplace, and fucking chill, dude. Like you're saying, Rocky, get that peace of mind. However you need to get it. That's how I got mine. I was going through a rough transition, and that's what helped me a lot. And it's still transitioning. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're in transition." Like everybody's different.
You know what, Lil Tate? The transition still happens right now for me now. And I've been almost retired for 4 years. And I still have that intensity that I had when I was in the military. And it's weird because like it does not leave. It becomes a part of who you are. And sometimes you need the stress to thrive, but I'm finding out that you don't need the stress to thrive.
Yeah.
You really need you need your family, you need your wife, you need your kids, but you need them to understand where you're coming from. And that I think is the hardest part because they don't understand what you've been through.
See, Rocky, you're right. You've been retired for 4 years. I've been out of the military for 21 years. And there's parts of the Navy that's still fucking part of me. Play it simple. That shit never goes away.
No, it's a part of your makeup. Like I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, look, guys, I'm chief already and I'm dad. But part of me has always been dad and chief at the same time. Like you're not
or fireman already.
The fireman already, or DC3 or DC2. Hey, the sailor is still there. He talks like a pirate sometimes. Love you, Al. Anyways, it's a part of you. It's a part of your genetic makeup, especially when you did it for more than half your fucking life. I did, like, right now, I'm just realizing I did half of my life in the Navy and my other half of life is outside the Navy. But I had that little time where I was a teenager, and then now my 20s and 30s and 40s are past, and I'm going to be 47 in a couple days, but I'm still...
Damn, you're fucking old.
Yeah. Aye, that's why I got the gray hairs there, sailor.
No, but you're right. Did you guys ever see that video of the guy that's talking about like the spool of wire?
Yeah. Man, that was so deep.
I never saw that one.
I respect that dude so much.
I'm gonna pull it up because this talks about exactly
how men feel.
It gives you a visual Give me a second. I'll.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
Oh, it's not showing, bro.
No, I gotta share it really quick. I was queuing it up really
I, I
quick.
want I, I want everyone to see this is how men think of life. We're not these shallow fucking dudes. We are deep thinkers and deep hearts.
And it goes like this, like half of your life, like everybody's spent, and like Gilly's saying, like he didn't spend that long, but it's like everybody's together. So let me play this really quick, and it goes back to what we're saying,
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life. It's in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
So
What are you doing?
what we can gather from that is that this guy was talking about his life as that spool of wire, and he's done a lot of stuff for 40 plus years, and it's winding down. And all she cared about was what that guy was wearing instead of what he went through and how he developed and how he became a man that she married. And I think that a lot of men feel that way, where they're like, look, I've given so much of my life to you, my kids, everything, the country. And why can't you guys just recognize a little bit of it?
Yeah,
Well,
she faced a lot of backlash. Sorry, go ahead, Gilly.
well, to go on Rocky's point of view on that, right? There's a lot of women, they're the wives out there that when a man opens up to them, and they will use that against them. And the first time a woman uses that against them, you will not get that man to open up to you again. Period. I went through that personally with my ex-wife, and I've only been married one time. I got married later in life, and later on she started using everything, and I started open telling her about that. I never told anybody about it. And after that, I was like, nope. I went silent. That shit
And
happens.
that's why you see that guy say never mind and he's done,
Yeah.
because it's like she could not grasp the depth of what he was talking about. And for a lot of men that is heartbreaking, because it's like we've lived most our lives thinking that women and having kids and having a family are our purpose. And then for you to just throw it around like that, like it's fucking nothing, is
Well,
absolutely
and
devastating.
look how she started the conversation. I thought you were out here working.
Yeah. Why can't a
Well,
man be a human being instead of a human doing?
he was working. I mean, he was working. Come on now. I mean, he just
Well, and I wanted to say, like, she faced a lot of backlash after that video came out because she was trying to make a joke, but you could see that it wasn't a joke, and there was a lot of women that were like that jumped about it, like the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, you're gonna make like a TikTok out of this to make fun of him like it was a joke because of his Jets hat? Like, she stayed in the joke. After he said what he said, she didn't think about it. She stayed right in the comedy bit. That's the heartbreaking part, for the guy especially. Stayed right in it. And I know for a lot of us, while you're spending time underway, man, you get a lot of time to think about a lot of things.
Yes, you do. You think a lot. I mean, you look out at that ocean and all you can do is think. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna go crazy?
Yeah, I mean, you can think
well,
and
we
you
are a little fucking nutty. Come on now.
We started off nuts.
Well, I just think the Navy won't be underway all the time, right? Especially because we all did multiple ships, right? Well, and we all did long deployments sometimes. Well, that does make you a little fucking nutty, especially down the engine room. Especially fucking being around F-76, JP5, right? Smell the synthetic fucking lube oil.
About $23,699.
Fucking CIT tanks for the boilers, all the boiler fucking feed water chemicals.
And the fucking HOF that's fucking cancerous now. We fucking would be walking through it, fucking cleaning the bilges with it.
Got Rocky and them playing with the HTs and shit tanks.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
CO2 charges and shit.
Oh yeah. And John goes, hey now all the age. We was talking about age now.
I mean, I'll be 45. I mean, I'm not far behind you. So, I mean.
Yeah, I'll be 46. So in a couple weeks.
But, you know, like you're right, man. You look at it, you know, I spent 24 years. That's almost a quarter of a century. When you start playing with words like that, you're like, fuck, I spent almost a quarter of a fucking century. And it really can fuck with you when you start, you know, throwing the words out there like that and you think about it. And you're like,
yeah, I mean, dude, I've been married for 19 years. I'm not going to hit 24 years until about 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I spent 24 years in the Navy.
Yeah, I've been married 22 now.
Yep.
You know, that, you know, and it's rough. Don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit behind there for another conversation. You know, and it goes back to what we're saying because, you know, for me, it's like, you know, when we're talking about loyalty, you know, it isn't like loyalty isn't obedience. You know, loyalty is like telling you flat out. You know how like most of us were, you know, we told you to your face. We didn't play fucking word games. We didn't fucking skirt the issue. It was, this is how it is. This is what I'm going to tell you. And we're going from there, you know. That's why the captain always trusted me as a first class over the fucking officers. He'd be like, Chang, go get a little tape. And he didn't call me that. But, you know, he called me by my actual name. And Chang would get pissed. He's like, I'm not talking to you. Go get him. Because he's the one that's going to tell me what the fuck's going on and what he needs. And we go from there. You know, not playing games like, yeah, I need a Cavs rep. Like, I need this part right now. Well, how much is the part? 50 grand. Like, I need it on the oiler now.
Yep.
Or we ain't got full power. You know, shit like that. So, you know, that's the way men are. Simple. You know, most men, you know, real men are going to.
Most of us are to the point.
Yeah.
We don't beat around the bush. We don't try to give you hints. We don't speak and double speak. We really say what we mean, and mean what we say. Kind of like in the Bible when Jesus says, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no.
And ladies, we are not fucking mind readers. Just fucking tell us. That's it. Simple. Straight to the fucking point.
We really do love you also. We really do love you. Believe me.
Yeah. It may be shown in different ways, but it's down in the core, you know. You know if you're a good person or if you're not a good person. You know what I mean? If you're a good person, you're not looking for a reaction so you can tell yourself, I'm a good person.
Yep.
You know, you do it out of the kindness of your heart without even thinking about it. You might think about it afterwards because that person didn't reciprocate, you know, you being nice to them. But, you know, it fucking goes on, you know. And that's what we learned on the fight. Hell, we were covering each other how many fucking times, you know, out of the kindness of our heart. Because none of us had to do that shit. And that's what loyalty is. Like, you're loyal to each other. You take care of each other.
Yep.
And it's the same thing. Men and women take care of each other, like we've said 3 or 4 different times now. You know,
I mean, honestly, why would you not want to see the best in everybody and promote the best out of them and get them to develop the best out of them?
Because of jealousy. Jealousy's always been there. It never goes away.
But why do you need jealousy? I mean, just because you're not as good as someone with one thing, it doesn't mean you're not better than with the other thing. You know what I mean? Everybody has their specific gifts and talents, and when you all use that together for the better, it's complementary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We know that as being part of a team for as long as we have.
Yeah.
You know.
But most people don't understand being part of a team. Most people don't.
Yeah, well, it's been put in there like top dog style stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're the only one.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I've let people fail on purpose for that reason.
Yep.
You know, like I told you that wasn't gonna fucking work, and you went off and did it on your own. And now look where we're at. Now we got to fix your fuck up and made it a training lesson. You know, you got to do that sometimes with people. And that's a lot of what you're seeing now. You know, fucking nobody being held accountable. Hell, I got one. Hold on, let me pull that up. Being accountable. Let's talk about this one. And when we're talking about money and Doge, like we were talking about before, you know, who's going to hold this person accountable? Anti-migrant facility receiving $18 million a month and a no bid contract brokered by a Biden transition team member. This was from a former ICE employee. So he knew how to get it around. They've been getting $18 million a month since March of 2024.
Why is that not going to the American people for the betterment of America and its people?
So that's going to the fucking slush fund for the Democrats to pay for all their bullshit or pay themselves.
Yeah, it goes back to the George Soros fund.
And it's not just fucking Democrats, people like Dan Crenshaw, because we bring this about him, which Lil Tay's done sharing.
Hold on. My bad. All right, there.
That's fine. No, that's fine. This article right here, you know, fucking lying piece of shit. Dan Crenshaw lasted out at claim he wants pay raise for Congress. That was back in December.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that one too. He came under a lot of fucking heat. Because it's like, you don't need a fucking pay raise.
You're getting $174,000 a year. If you can't live off that, there's a fucking problem. Okay, people. You know, I know Rocky said fucking, you know, give E3 pay. Give E3 pay, but you only get fucking paid when you're in session. That's called per diem. You don't get nothing else. You go back to your regular fucking job until you're in session, jackass.
That was the original. Like, you shouldn't want to be a fucking politician. Yeah. That's the key thing. Like, you want to be a politician to help people. That's where you can weed out the fuckers that are career fucking politicians by not paying them. People that want to go make a change and do with the constituents that voted them in, that's how you weed them motherfuckers out. You straight up stop paying people. Stop paying them. Watch them fucking cry. Trump took $1. You ain't paying fucking Trump. Trump has to be paid $1, right?
He's done that twice now. This is the second time he's done it, too.
Yeah.
And Gus is not taking a dime either.
No. I mean, it doesn't have to, but...
Yeah. But look at fucking like Dan Borgini, right? He's taking a hell of a pay cut.
Oh, yeah. He's losing millions of dollars to go be the deputy director of the FBI.
And Headstuck, he's losing millions of dollars, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's where everybody cried because he was a Fox News, contributor. Yeah. And it's like, he is more of a fucking soldier than what Crenshaw is.
Yeah.
I mean, look here. I got that one. They're working on that right now. Fucking. Let me pull that one up. What the Pentagon's already doing. They're already removing the fucking DEI.
Yeah.
Right here. Already. Pentagon removing DEI material from all official online content. And they're firing these fucking generals and Air Force, the Air Force, what Joint Chiefs of Staff, like we were talking about. And everybody's crying racism and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no.
Here's my take on it. Why the fuck did you allow these fucking people to fucking ruin the military and fucking cut its legs from under it?
Because then we wouldn't have the most powerful military. Everybody knows that. Everybody protection.
Exactly. So why the fuck do you politicians and people hate the fucking country so much? If you hate it that much, get the fuck out. Why the fuck would you stay here and complain about it, you fucking dumb fucks?
Because they think they can fucking change it. You ain't fucking changing it. It ain't going to be changed.
All you're going to do is make people like me angry. And when you make me angry, you won't like me when I'm angry. You think the Hulk is fucking bad? He's not even fucking real. Realize that you are making people fucking angry that you don't want to deal with because we are more evil than you think we are.
And they're they're making people
angry. Rocky, if you would have had the fucking Hulk gloves, right? Hulk hands.
Like Hulk ravaging like the fucking Wolverine movie. I ravaged the midsection.
That would have been fucking perfect if you would have had them. I'm the fucking Hulk.
Hulk smash.
Unfortunately, since we don't run a real scripted show, we didn't have it on hand.
Yep.
No, we didn't. We speak from the heart, honestly.
We only use the topics for opinions, to get it rolling. But
Yeah.
that's yet another, spot. You had fucking White Rage, fucking Millie. You got fucking Rick Levine. I won't call him by his fucking name. Fake Admiral. So you got fake SEALs, fake fucking admirals, White Rage fucking generals, fucking AWOL Austin. That motherfucker actually went AWOL, which any of us, if we went AWOL, anybody that's listening knows what fucking AWOL is. We'd have lost our fucking pay and got kicked out, or at least went to captain's mess. But yeah, he was fucking gone. Secretary of Defense. Oh my God, where's the Secretary of Defense? Oh, he's in the middle of fucking surgery recovering. Excuse me? So we don't have anybody on hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like I saw that video of Pete Hesgath, right? The Secretary of Defense, and he's like, I refuse to answer your fucking stupid question or some shit like that. I'm like, it's exactly what I do. I'd be like, if you're not going to ask a question that actually has to do for the veteran of America, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. The whole gotcha question, and like we were discussing, with the media, and they're revoking, the press licenses because they're not working with the White House Correspondents Association anymore. And that's where they're trying to get like podcasters and independent journalists out there to show the other side. Because if you look at how Trump won with Barron, like, hey, Dad, got to get on these fucking shows with these people, right? You got to get out there to that younger audience. You can't play this.
Yeah, because the mainstream media is full of
Like,
fucking liars and cowards.
Yeah, and it's like, they got in there and he got in with all those people, and that's what they want. That's what they want. They want to get independent, people up there. You can sign up for this shit. Like we were talking earlier, like I'm laughing, like I might sign up for this shit myself. We might have a little podcast, but it's veterans off of our, first shift, and still talking to veterans out there. Why the fuck not? I'm close to DC.
Well, and when Trump went on fucking Joe Rogan, right? And Kamala was like, well, it won't fit. Now Kamala's team is trying to blame fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Because I watched his show on it. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, this fucking nuts.
Yeah. They were calling him fire and shit. And then like you hear the media like, well, we need our own fucking Joe Rogan. And then look who comes out. Gavin. Oh, Newscomb. Newscomb's got his own podcast coming out.
And now he wants to claim that, he wants to hear the other side, people who don't agree with him. That motherfucker don't want to hear him. He's just doing that so he can stay, relevant. So he can run for fucking president or whatever, right? That's why
he's about as dumb as the fucking Hollywood actors that think they're fucking relevant. Shut up and fucking act. And don't go fucking full retard like you have.
And speaking of, since, Gene Hackman passed away, favorite movie out of his, Crimson Tide. Fucking great. Love that movie.
I like the Hoosiers, though, personally.
The first movie I saw him in was Superman.
Yeah, he did play Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he was a good Lex Luthor. I'm the greatest criminal mind in the world, whatever.
But he was a great actor. He could play damn near any fucking role, whether it's the villain or the hero or whatever. He could play it.
He played a great fucking villain, dude. And you know what they say about great villains? They're usually good people behind the scenes.
Imagine what I could do.
I like Crimson Tide because it gave you the behind the scenes of like, conflicts, of command, which does happen.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And, it's not just one way. And, I'm glad that the military is going this way with Pete Hegseth, that they're working this shit out, because there was a lot of people, I watched Master Chiefs retiring. They were going to stay till 30. And then all the shit started happening with the DEI and all that stuff and the white rage and, the racism training. They're like, fuck this. And they started putting in paperwork. They were denying some of them from putting paperwork in. just from the Navy side. And there's people that didn't want to join. Like, why the fuck, like we were talking, why the fuck would I want to join if you don't give a shit about me? And they made fun of us.
Yeah.
People from lower income or the Midwest or, all of these areas that weren't, fed with a spoon in their mouth, silver spoon,
Yeah. I mean, what breaks my heart is, when you find out the files on MLK, he wasn't really a good guy, but man, that speech he made where, you judge a person or you evaluate a person on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. I've stuck with that for so many years.
Oh yeah,
When I
100%.
was in the military and I was evaluating someone because I wanted to make them an EP or an MP or a P or whatever, it was on the content of their character and how good they did their job. I didn't care if they wanted to fuck a giraffe. I didn't care if they thought they were a pterodactyl, as long as they did their fucking job.
Yeah.
Or a
And
cat
it was their job,
meow.
not fucking collaterals. I fucking hated the argument in the mess about fucking collaterals. Did he do his fucking job? Okay. How well did he do his job? How much money did he save? What did he fix? How many things, were done?
Or the voluntary service medal,
Yeah.
which I ended up getting, but I made chief without it, and then I got it afterwards. I was fucking mad. I was like, man, I needed this to make chief, and I made it without it.
It was like what the silver bullet for going oh, what was it? Fucking blue to green. What was the program again?
Blue to green.
Seaman Admiral.
No, no, no. It was when IA. When sailors could go IA, put boots on the ground, and that was a silver bullet for making chief. And then it became like get an associate's degree, which is where I started working on my associates. Like, oh, I need my associates to get it like immediately, and it became what you're saying, Rocky, like content. But there was still some DEI then too. Like they had to have so many women, they had to have so many
Dude, I saw that in 2007, the first time I went for chief petty officer. I read the Equal Opportunity Manual, the
Mhm.
OPNAV or whatever it was, right? Because it was part of my MA study material. I read the whole thing and I saw it, how they had to actually promote people that weren't actually qualified, but they had to be certain sex, they had to be a certain color, they had to be this, that, this, that. And I was like, how is this right? Why
You know,
can't they be promoted because they're the best?
yeah,
And
exactly.
that doesn't mean that people that actually were described in those manuals were actually not good. Some of them were the best motherfuckers I ever saw, but the fact that you have to promote them because of that completely ruins my trust and my belief in what we were doing was right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
that killed my morale and that killed uh, my want to do the right thing because if I did the right thing, I still got punished for it instead of being rewarded for it.
Well, fuck, recruiters were that way. I got into an argument with John one day when we were talking about quotas and stuff.
Huh?
And I was like, here, I'll give you an example. There is extra money if I know that you're black and you come from here and you have this, I get extra points for that. And he kept saying, oh, that's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. And old fucking Marcus, he was like, no, I was a recruiter. He's 100% right. Because he's like, that's how I got most of my fucking points. And Marcus is a black dude.
Yeah.
So, you got to call out people, which we need to call him out again, too. Need to get him on some D4.
No
Yeah.
shit. We need to get him on here too, though, on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we need to get him.
Marcus, guy Little Tate worked with there
Yeah.
as last command.
He's
Cool.
he's an electrician's mate.
Yep.
So he's an engineer. So he's funny to listen to because he's kind of quiet. And then once you get him going on video games and anime,
yeah.
like he like we went to the convention out here or the Comic-Con out here in Virginia Beach last year. We both retired and we met up. He lives in North Carolina and shit. And we met up for that. We had a fucking blast, dude. Like fucking going through comics, and he's a huge Spider-Man fan and Daredevil. And
Oh, dude, did you see the Daredevil fucking trailer?
No, I hadn't seen that one yet.
It looks fucking good, and they
But
still got the
but they're
fucking guy
probably
that
going
plays Kingpin on it, dude. It looks like it's going to be good, and the Punisher's in it. My
but they're
Punisher.
probably gonna make it DEI like they did New Captain America,
I hope not, because it's going to be fucking sucky if it is.
which
Michael Clark Duncan made the perfect fucking Kingpin. I don't care, dude. Like Michael Clark Duncan in that movie fit.
He
well,
did. He did for that time period, but now you got Vincent D'Onofrio, right? Private fucking Pile. A jelly fucking donut. And he's the fucking Kingpin, but dude, he fits the fucking bill.
He does for the series. He does the way that they've revamped it.
He does, dude. He does.
but
You
I did
owe
hear
for one jelly donut.
but I did hear that the New Captain America movie is better than what the reviews say. You know,
Well, you know what? I will give it a chance and I will watch it.
well, I will too. I'm still gonna watch it. You know, because I like Captain America, right?
And I got over fucking reviews from video games and movies a long fucking time ago because I've played games that got shitty reviews and I fucking loved it. So anybody that's basing games that they want to get or movies to watch off of these fucking losers reviews that are fucking paid for it, go watch it. My wife didn't know who the fuck Deadpool was when we went to that like opening night. It was like a fucking late show, dude. And she fucking died laughing. She was like, why the fuck am I going to watch a comic book movie? I was like, trust me, I've been following Deadpool since I was a kid. You're gonna fucking love this. And
Oh, dude, I got a story about that. I made Chief, right, and then the Deadpool movie came out, and I went and saw it with a Chief buddy of mine, and this was a Chief that worked in a different place in a different command that I knew because of housing, right, and the other Chiefs that I work for that were the MAs because they were backstabbers. I didn't go out with them, and they got mad when they called me on that fucking day and said, "Hey, where are you at?" And I said, "I'm watching Deadpool with my friend." They're like, "Why the fuck didn't you call us?" I said, "I don't know." Maybe because you want to fuck me over? I don't know.
fucking suck at life.
Yeah. So that movie was great. And the second one was good. The third one was fucking amazing because I love Wolverine.
Yeah, I kind of got pissed when they made Deadpool and then all the fucking bandwagon fuckers got in there. It's like, dude, I've been reading Deadpool since the fucking 90s. Like when you used to get beat up for reading comic books.
But people jumped on the bandwagon because of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what they did.
Yeah, everybody started getting dead, which I love because there wasn't really any Deadpool gear before then.
Yeah.
So, once that, the movie came out, I was like, cool, I can actually get fucking gear.
I actually have a Deadpool hat that says tacos on it. It shows Deadpool and he's lifting up a taco.
Hold on.
Tacos.
I got this for Christmas.
All right. Let's see it.
Fucking, we'll see if it'll come up or not.
It's the suspenders, little Tate. We don't need to see your butt crack.
Oh, sorry about that. It's a chimichanga taco truck,
Yeah.
man.
I love chimichanga.
Fucking Deadpool over here and shit.
Yep.
So, my family knew how much I like fucking Deadpool. So they fucking bought that for me.
Nice.
But it's in a taco truck, Hell, I've got the cookbook. They put a Deadpool cookbook out.
I know. I saw that. It's on Amazon,
It's
bro.
a ton of fucking chimichanga recipes, dude.
Dude, you get all the cookbooks. You got fucking Fallout cookbook. You got the Diablo cookbook, which I got the Diablo one too, though. So I
I
can't say
didn't get Diablo, but I did get the Dungeons and Dragons one, and there's a ton of game themed ones out there. Hell, we got the Snoop Dogg one just for fun because it was on sale. It was like it. The cookbooks are fun, dude. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This mainstream stuff, you're finally able to kind of get some shit you never would have been able to get back in the day. Fuck these hipsters. That's all I'm saying about.
Movie I want Marvel to make, or DC, not Marvel, but DC to make. Sergeant Rock. I love that comic book.
You know what? They were talking about that, dude.
I love
Daniel
that.
Craig was going to be it. The guy that played James Bond, he was.
Yep.
I think he's the best James Bond, the most believable.
What they need to bring back is the new Spawn. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of motherfuckers that read Spawn didn't realize Al Simmons was fucking black.
Yeah, true.
I knew that from the beginning.
true.
I have all 5 volumes. I haven't read it yet, though.
Oh, I know. Like I was collecting them like from the start. There was a comic book shop.
Dude, I have the compendiums, right? I told my wife, I want Spawn. And I would say Spawn. And she got me all of them, right? But she also got me Fables. You guys ever hear of Fables?
No, I haven't seen that.
Fables is like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and all that other stuff, all the fairy tales, right? And these motherfuckers live in America. And the big bad wolf is the fucking like main character besides Snow White. And the big bad wolf is fucking badass, dude. He's like Batman and Wolverine together.
Nice.
I love that dude. He's called Big B Wolf, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like one of my favorite comic book characters. Like it completely destroys Once Upon a Time.
Is that kind of like the way the Grimm brothers fucking fairy tales are?
Oh, it's way better than that. It takes all the Grimm fairy tales. It takes shit from like the Arabic fairy tales, like Sinbad and the fucking whatever motherfuckers.
The jinns and stuff.
Yeah, like the jinns in this comic book, they can destroy a world. So they have this woman. She's the Black Forest witch, right? And she's the fucking witch that tries to eat Hansel and Gretel. And she's like, she casts a spell to make the jinn kill all the guys that told her to kill everyone and kill himself. It's fucking badass.
Nice.
Dude, it's one of the, I didn't know that comic books were that cool. I never read them till after I got out of the Navy. But man, they're awesome. The writing in these books is amazing.
I was pissed because I had to get rid of my Spawn collection.
Oh, dude, no.
That was another one too. Like Spawn, like issue number 32 is probably one of my favorite issues because it's him climbing the Tower of God. So he's born of hell, but he's still fighting in between it. And he's actually able to climb the fucking tower, and he takes like God hostage, which is like a little old lady, you know, like disguised. And it's a great issue to read because it kind of shows that dynamic of being in between, you know, being stone cold killer working for hell to come back for his woman. You know, that's the only reason why he took the, you know, the agreement, the contract was just to see Wanda again, just to see.
Because he loved his wife. So all you women that think men hate women, we write comic books where we love women and we're willing to come back from the dead and destroy everybody to get you back.
Yep.
So all you feminists are fucking retards.
And this, what, in the 90s? In the 90s and shit? So take all that shit. I apologize to everybody. I didn't realize I was hanging out there a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get us in trouble.
No, I had to call you out on it.
It's from sitting in a chair in my shorts. Yeah, when you have surgery on your lower intestine, you kind of lose a little bit of a waistline and it gets funky.
Yeah.
So we forgot to do that one, talking about operations.
Yeah, we forgot. Shit, that's twice in a row now. I guess we could go into that now. Fuck.
I mean, you know, like what was your first surgery that you had to have?
My first surgery I had to have was carpal tunnel on both my hands. That was back in, what was that? 07, 08?
Yeah.
Because my hands, you know, from turning wrenches, right, playing video games, right? And most people, my brother always said, well, you jerk off too much. I said, yeah, I use both hands, motherfucker. You know, it got to the point where I couldn't fucking hardly hold a wrench in my hands anymore. Dude, I wasn't even 30 yet when that happened. You know, that was my first one. Second one, I had my right hand redone again. That's what, 2018? And then I had my fucking my right ear done to help because I had a loose stapes in there. And they thought that was the cause of my vertigo, right? Well, that wasn't the cause of my vertigo, come to find out. That made it worse right there. Right. And then I had, was it C6 and C7 disc replaced in my neck. You know, and those, and I'll tell you one thing, that neck surgery ain't no fucking joke.
Nah, because they go in through your throat, don't they?
Yeah, mine, they went through the throat, like right here.
Like the C6 and C7 is what I remember them telling everybody they had to have.
Actually, I mean, granted, I didn't have to have no pain meds afterwards, right? I mean, I did afterwards when I was in the hospital, but while I got sent home, I didn't have to have no pain meds because I kept that bitch fucking numb with ice. I kept that bitch numb. You know, but I'll tell you one thing, the worst surgery I had, I mean, really besides the neck, the ear ain't no fun either. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Like we were talking about, what was the funniest out of the surgeries though?
Oh, that's when I was on morphine for the neck, right?
Yeah.
I woke up in my fucking, because I had to stay overnight in the hospital. So I woke up in my hospital room, right? My wife was right next to me because I was still married at the time, and I was just singing away. I guess I was singing my sleep. I guess I was serenading her. All the nurses, they was laughing, all that. Everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
Then I had to walk up. Then I had to walk it at night, right? They wanted you to walk, right? I was like, okay. Hell, I feel pretty fucking good because I was off on morphine, right? So I had to walk past the nurse station. I just like started chucking my little fucking legs and moving a mile a minute, right? And then on the way back, I did there. My vertigo kicked off right then. I was falling. And the fucking nurse, my wife, they're like, hold me up, right? They're like, God damn, you fucking a lot of dead weight. I said, no shit, I'm fucking 220 pounds. What do you expect?
Yeah.
That sucked right there. And then I laid back. I was like, oh my God. The room was a fucking spinning. I was like, damn. I said, this is worse than fucking being drunk spinning right here.
Gotta lay to one side. I gotta lay to one side.
But I couldn't because the way my neck was, I was afraid I was going to rip the stitches open. It wasn't the stitches. They glued me the fuck shut. They glued me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, I was peeled off glue for fucking a month once everything healed. You know, but yeah, I mean, I've had 4 or 5 surgeries.
Yeah. Well, didn't you have all of yours? You had all of yours outside of the Navy, though.
Oh, actually, I forgot one. In the Navy, fucking wisdom teeth, they had to put me under for that because they wasn't showing yet, right? You know, this one was at Brampton, dry dock. And fucking, they're like, well, either we do it now, you know, at the clinic, right? We just numb your jaw, right? Or we send you to the hospital. I said, are they showing? They said, no. I said, you're going to send me to the fucking hospital. Get them fucking done. You know? And I remember Sprecher had to take me, right? Because they let him take me because I didn't have a car. I had to have someone drive me. And I said, I'm fucking hungry. Before I said, we'll stop at McDonald's, right? Or Hardee's. I think it was Hardee's. I said, I got a bacon sausage or biscuit sausage, right? Hash browns, fucking oysters. I ate that right before fucking surgery. And they're like, did you have anything to eat? I was like, orange juice. You know, I didn't tell them about the sausage, you know, I didn't tell them that shit, right? And then I fucked up afterwards, right? You know, I was feeling good. I said, I'm fucking hungry. So me and Sprecher he took me to like Winn-Dixie or something like that, or Price Shop or whatever, right? It was out there. And I was getting all this fucking food, fucking frozen hamburgers, White Castle, right? Then we stopped at fucking McDonald's. I was eating fucking within hours of having surgery, right? Then the next day, I woke up fucking dry sucking like a motherfucker. You know, because I was eating. I was like, because I had I had all of them taken out, both sides.
Yeah.
But also too, I fucked up too. Well, I was rooming with Hatch. He's like, here, have a beer. Well, I just took a Percocet. And I guess I drank half that beer, don't even remember it. I woke up, I was out for like 12, 14, 16 hours. And I woke up, I was like, fucking beer's warm. I said, fuck, I only drank half? And fucking Hatch goes, dude, you took a Percocet with that beer. I said, I ain't doing that no more.
I love taking Percocet when I had my my Combat V.
But you don't do it with fucking beer or alcohol.
I did. I fucking did.
I did too. I mean,
I was in Bahrain when I did that shit. I took that shit and I was like, fuck it, dude. Because, man, you get the Combat V, that shit don't feel good.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know what the Combat V is, look it up.
So, Little Tate, what was your surgeries?
Oh, shit, man. Let's see. I had wisdom teeth first, which was fucking terrible. Because mine were like yours. Mine were impacted. So they kept fucking doing it. Well, they didn't put me under, but they had to wrench the motherfuckers out. So, like, you could hear, like, the doctor, she's a commander. She's, like, on my chest, like, using the pullers to pop everything out, crunch it out. So you're hearing this the entire fucking time. But a little bit later, you know, I'm, like, brushing my teeth in the morning, and I'm like, what is that fucking smell? Yeah. You know, like, I smell like a rotten smell. Yeah. So I start digging around, and there was a sliver of fucking tooth still left in my mouth that was rotting away.
So I had that too.
So of course my ass goes in with a pair of fucking pliers, channel locks, and I fucking, my wife at the time, she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing, just go away." Fucking wrenched it out really quick, it bled for a little bit, but you could see it was starting to green, and I wrenched out really good, and it had some in there. I put that bitch in a baggie, took it to my chain of command, and they're like, "Whatever, dude." And I was like, "Are you?"
Remember the guy that had a fucking appendix surgery on the fife and they left something in his fucking body?
I don't
Wasn't it
remember
like
that.
I
Who
think
was
it was
that?
Joel. It was Joel Long, my buddy. He is a good dude. I think he's still around right now, but he had like appendicitis or something like that, right? And this is back in like 2000, 2001, 2002. And he got appendicitis. They operated on him, and then they left something in his body like idiots.
See, I don't remember him. He was there probably after I left, probably.
Well, he was a guy that like when I became a believer in Jesus Christ and everything, he was one of the guys that believed with me. So he was one of my friends that he was a born again believer just like me. So we stuck together, right?
Yep.
And he had this surgery, and I'm like, just come on, man.
Oh,
And
John
then
goes, "It's a piece of gauze." John remembers that. He goes, "It's a piece of gauze," because he's commenting right now.
it was a piece of gauze,
Yeah.
and he got sick from it. And I'm like, that's so sad. And I think that's what just happened to Justin.
And John, sorry to interrupt, but John goes, "My first service was right after I was born. Someone went and circumcised me." Well, yeah, I forgot about that too. People
Usually it's
circumcised.
8 days later. 8 days later, because the blood clots.
Man, I knew a guy that wasn't circumcised and he kept getting yeast infections. He's like in his 20s and he had to go have it done.
Yeah.
He said that's the most painful thing he's ever had done. Kept talking about it. He just couldn't keep it clean no matter what he did. He'd get a yeast infection from it. And it was just causing him problems while he was in the Navy. And they pretty much said you got to have it done. And then, later on, like circumcision, when one of my sons was born, I had to go sit with the doctor and talk to him about it. He's like, this is a cosmetic surgery. And, we go against it. And I told him that story. And he's like, well, that can happen, but that's very rare. And I was like, it can happen. So go do your fucking job because I told you to do it. Right. So that was our Christmas time when we hung out. Like he was going to be a Christmas baby, but they didn't want to deliver babies on Christmas. So they're like, we're doing this shit now. And it was the 23rd. So we were sitting there on like the 22nd, went to the 23rd, and they're like, nope, we're doing this shit now.
So we were talking about surgeries.
Yeah, we were talking about funny stories about surgery. I know one of the ones that was funnier was because I had diverticulosis. I had to have a colonoscopy done. So that's where
I had the same fucking shit done, dude. I was a spit roast.
so this is the older one too, where the camera is like this fucking big, right? So they put you under like the local anesthetic, so you're still kind of awake. But after they have me on my side, ass hanging out, the doc's like, "Hey, do you mind if I have a couple students come in?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care." Two fucking chicks come rolling in, two females, and they got me bent over, and they get ready
What?
to stick the camera on it. They're like staring down at my butthole, like, "Oh," and they're smiling, and I'm like, because I look back at them, I'm like, are these chicks smiling about me getting fucking roasted over here? Like, next thing you know, Doc's talking to me like, "Oh, you're looking good here. Your prep's really great." Blah blah. They're taking pictures and shit. He's talking to him, pointing everything out. I'm just like so fucking embarrassed, at the time because I was younger. I'm like, I got two female nurses just staring at my fucking butthole getting skewered.
Yeah, they borescoped you like we did the GTG,
I know.
Like I have a story like that where my when my dad was still alive, I had back surgery in 2004 because I had like really bad like my disc bulges and everything. Like my back was totally screwed up. And I get one of the best fucking surgeons in the fucking world in Orange County, California, to do my back surgery. So I was able to recover 2 weeks later. And my dad's there with me, right? Because Heidi's my girlfriend at the time. She's now my wife, a great woman, one of the best women I've ever met in my life, probably the best. And she's not there, but my dad's there with me, right? And I see him after I wake up. I'm like, look, Dad, there was shrinkage. It was cold in the room. There was shrinkage, just like Seinfeld. And, and then years later, I had the colonoscopy too, dude. I had diverticulitis too.
Yeah, I got it pretty bad in California.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I had a perforation, so I had to go in like emergency, and they ended up, kind of looking at it and kind of put me on antibiotics, and they watched it really close, had me in emergency surgery for it, but they kind of like left me. And I had a prick ass fucking officer come in there, and I'm asking a couple questions, and I'm like, what is diverticulosis? What is diverticulitis too? He's like, well, just get on the internet and look it up. I'm like, you're a fucking doctor. Why are you telling me to look up WebMD? WebMD is going to tell me I'm going to die like Peter Steele did from typo negative from the same shit. That's what I was thinking about.
Black, number one.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what he passed away from, that can fucking kill you. And, I had flare-ups every so often. And
I thought that dude was a fucking vampire, dude.
And he died from that. Can't shit right. And, I had flare-ups like that. Almost had to evac me off of the ship when we were in Florida. But they knew what I had taken, and they had some on hand. And they put me under, a strict, antibiotic fucking, and it happened quite a few times. And then finally, on the last one, it got too bad. And they're like, we're taking your fucking colon out, bro. So, I was laid up on the operating table for about 8 hours when they did that one. And I'm laughing because when Gilly was talking about running around, like, after like the second, third day, they're like, hey, you need to start fucking walking around. And I'm like, how am I going to walk around? I got a catheter in. And it was the first time I ever had a catheter in my life. I knew it was in there, blah, blah, blah. But I had the male nurse, officer. He's like, are you ready? And I'm like, I guess. And he's like, I'm like, but I started walking around. I'm like Gilly, holding on my fucking, saline and stuff, just like fucking hobbling around as fast as I can, get moving around because I'm feeling good. And I had my wife with me. And every time that she could, she was there, like helping me walk around. And we're just doing laps around the fucking unit, like, yeah. People just staring, like laughing. And you're like, what? Because you look goofy as hell because you're all like hobbled over, like trying to.
I got a story for you. When I got the Combat V, I had girls looking at my balls and dick. They didn't complain about the size or anything. They were just like, they smiled the whole time.
That's true. They got that creepy smile, man. They're like,
they were like, it was a creepy smile, but it was also like, wow, I think I'd like to try him. But that's for another day, sailors.
That's other shit. Yeah. And then I have my stitches stuff, we're San Diego and I got my lips split open by Geyer. We were playing Superman and my shit got split open. I had to go to Balboa and the doctor that stitched me up that was on call that night, her husband was a Navy SEAL. So, I was trying to tell her a story like I slipped and fell, and she was like, bullshit, who punched you in the mouth? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, if you don't tell me what actually happened, I'm going to give you, like, I'm going to write in your report, it's an ARI. And I was like, oh shit. So I told her what happened. And she starts telling me, she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, my husband and them have done the same stupid shit. Y'all out there punching each other in the face and playing games with it. Shit. I'm like, I don't know. We just fucked. Like, I took a shot at tequila before I left. So my lip was split open. right? And Gilly, I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you was there for that.
Actually, I was there. That was not
when
too.
It was like huge and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. So right before I leave, the bartender, I'm like, give me a fucking shot of tequila. So I'm like hitting salt, hitting tequila, hitting the lemon. I'm like, but it cleaned everything out, man. And it was just funny because it was one of those. Or like when I hit myself with the wrench, the pipe wrench, I thought I fucking hurt myself on purpose.
Oh, I've done that. I broke my nose fucking twice because of fucking pipe wrenches on the fucking fife.
You broke your nose?
Yes. You don't sit motherfuckers crooked like a motherfucker.
Oh, my bad.
And no, it happened in Main fucking one too. In the same fucking area, down by the fucking sink, right?
Main one, dude? In Main one?
Yeah, I fucking had the motherfucker because right in that area on the lower level there, dude, it was so fucking tight. Yeah. And you had to use a big ass pipe wrench, so you don't put it all one fucking way. And you didn't have no room on the backside really to fucking, go on the other side to it.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker, bam. Not once, but twice.
Sucks.
I was over by the bleed air valves, the manual cutoffs and the main engine bleed air valves. That's where I was at.
Yeah.
I was trying to tear apart one of the whiz bangs, and that bitch slipped off and was like, pow, right in the fucking eye right here.
And if you remember too, when I was on Laboon, when you and Chad was already out there, right? And the Laboon was in the shipyard, right? Where the fuck was that, Portsmouth or something, right? I put a fucking 3/4 inch wrench through my fucking nose, right through my nostril, and through here, too.
Yeah, that's when you had the wire up through there, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had wire, and I looked like a fucking hog,
Yeah,
and I damn near passed out because of blood loss. I was in Aux 1 at the time, putting fucking hose back together, right? Fucking thing slipped off, went right through it. I went up the core deck. They was like, holy fuck. I didn't even pull my coveralls up. I was, having coveralls around my waist, right? My white shirt was completely fucking drenched in blood. I had to walk down the fucking stairs because we was dry dog to the bar where the medical team was at. They're like, holy fuck, we're going to send you to fucking, to the hospital. I said, just patch me the fuck up right now, see if you can get it stopped. So I went. And they did. I didn't have to have stitches when they did wire, though. Yes, they did the wire. But that sucked right there.
Man, they gave me the dumbest duty driver. Remember Greenstone? How fucking ditzy she was? That was my duty driver, man, to get to the hospital on that one. To stitch me up. I didn't realize how dirty we actually got till I got on that fucking table with the white sheet. And motherfucker had like an imprint of fucking dirt from our coveralls. I felt bad. I was like, damn, I'm dirty as a motherfucker.
I hope she's doing all right. Right. She was an all right girl.
I don't know. We almost got like 2 accidents on the way there. I was like freaking out.
Oh,
because I got my head up like this, holding the shit.
Yeah, she married old James Bell. Greenstone did.
I miss that dude. I wonder how he's doing. I hope he's doing well.
He's on Facebook, but he ain't on there a whole lot. So I'm assuming he's doing
I can't get mad at him for not being on Facebook that much.
Why he pops up every now and then on Facebook.
Well, I hope they're both doing well. That's what I hope.
Because the trio was Greenstone, Hubble, and fucking Diaz most of the time.
That was a hell of a combination right there between those fucking three.
Veronica's still one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
She was awesome.
All right.
Fucking Gilly, piece of shit.
Yeah. She always called me Beho.
Who, Veronica?
Yeah. And I asked her, I said, what the fuck does Beho mean one day? I said, I'm a white boy fucking in the Midwest, right?
It means son.
I know. She goes, Beho. I'm like, fuck, I'm older than you are. Fuck.
I don't know what happened to her. I hope she's doing okay.
Man, the last time I saw her, she was out of the Navy. She came to visit at Club Metro. That's when I got her phone number.
Yep.
And Gilly started talking shit because he was fucking drunk and lost the phone number. Because she's like, hey, give me a call tomorrow because you're drunk and we'll go out and do something. I was like, cool. This fucking cocksucker lost it.
And I was
He's a cock blocker.
Yeah, he did. Fucking straight up cock blocked me.
And I was just fucking with him, right? I was just fucking with him. I was like, I'll get back to you tomorrow. And I ended up losing the motherfucker. I was like, oh, fuck. I was a little kid. I said, "You're gonna be mad at me." When we woke up, I was going through my pants and shit.
He was
Like,
legit.
he said, "Don't tell me you lost the fucking number." I was like, "Yep, I lost it." He's like, "You motherfucker."
That's funny, man. That's so funny. I hope she's doing good though.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I had talked to her like offline, she's like, I won't date any Navy guy again. She's like, talk to me when I get out, and I happened to meet up with her that night. She wanted to go out, and old Blue Falcon over here, Blue Falcon me and shit.
For everyone that doesn't know what Blue Falcon means, it means buddy fucker.
Yeah. I heard somebody else call it like Blue Falcon, I think last on Salty Crack.
Yeah, but we didn't call them Blue Falcons. We just called them buddy fuckers or cock blockers. That's what we call them.
It's like another like it were like what piece of shit. I'm completely still right now. He's stone cold stone.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Use that for the thumbnail.
It's like this. I like this.
I know I did get a warning a little bit earlier saying internet connection was unstable, but
Oh, you got that too?
yeah, I got it a little bit ago.
I just got it too. So,
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't like us joking around and talking funny.
This is the third time in a row this has fucking happened to us.
You know what they hate? They hate seeing men smile and laugh. That's what it is. I think it's that.
It's the CIA. We pissed off the CIA or NSA.
Well, they can go fuck themselves.
Speaking of the CIA, Trump's allowed to fire them motherfuckers along with the DEI hires too, man.
Oh yeah, and they're threatening to release to sell our secrets to fucking Russia. Now,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
The CIA?
Yeah, if their funding gets cut, that's what they said, and that's treasonous right there.
Yeah, well, we should hunt them down and take them out. I'll be right back.
I mean, you see China knows, they got shit of ours because they're making F-35 style fucking planes.
Well, yeah.
They're trying to say they got Gen 6. And like Thumper was saying the other day, yeah, they may be pumping out 300, their production and their quality control. Yep. They're like paper tigers, man. They're not anything special. Uh-oh. It's just sending like, shit out is what they're doing.
Well, I mean, even our new fucking fighter jets, right? They're fucking shit. Look how many of those motherfuckers crashing.
Oh, yeah.
Stick with the fucking tried and true shit that fucking works, people.
Well, and I was listening to a Navy aviator the other day talking about, F-16s against, an F-35 in a dogfight. F-16 will win. Yeah. Problem is that the F-16 won't be able to see the F-35, so they'll get the target of opportunity first.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll be able to fire first before the F-16 can, but in a straight-up dogfight, an F-16 will win.
That brings me back to fucking Top Gun Maverick, right? When he's in the old F-14, right? He goes, I can't be in the fucking with goddamn, what's his name? Miles Teller, right? He goes, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. Yeah.
I mean, the F-14 is a fucking badass plane, dude. The Tomcat. Yeah. And it's a Navy plane. Imagine that.
Yeah. And I love that movie. I watched it fucking 5 times already.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than the original one, actually.
Fuck, you remember the old Iron Eagle with like Louis Gossett?
Yes. The first one of Iron Eagle was the best. That was the best one of Iron Eagle.
That was the only one that made fucking sense, dude.
My favorite Louis Gossett Jr. movie was fucking Enemy Mine.
That was a good one.
Dude, that's a fucking classic.
Dennis Quaid, man. Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
And then the motherfuckers are reptilian. And how much has reptilians come up now?
He had like a turtle skull, like shell, like Ed. Like,
remember the sound he made? He was like, I'm sorry. It was
heard Louis Gossett Jr. like, oh, enemy mine.
That Dude, that was one of the movies I watched when I was a kid. I was like, man, this is great.
That's
Because I was, when I saw V, remember V?
oh yeah, yeah.
No,
It
I
was
love that
fucking
one.
scary. V was scary in the 80s, but then I saw the V in 2000, and I'm like, this shit ain't that fucking scary.
No, the original one, the one in the '80s, original one was better than the one they remade.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had
it was.
Robert Englund who played Freddy that played in that series.
Yeah.
You know, so and then the whole rat thing, you're like, shit. And then them like pulling off their face and reptiles underneath and shit. And
Well,
now you're starting to see it and you're like, wait a minute.
Now there's videos where you see a woman that has reptilian eyes and she backs into the dark and her eyes are glowing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real or not, but man, that's pretty fucking scary.
Well, wouldn't be surprised if we're living somewhere around Antarctica under the fucking ground over there.
I'd stick a K-bar in her face.
or as North Pole too.
Well, the
So-
North Pole.
I'll give her my North Pole. I'm just playing.
Speaking of fucking or shows, have y'all watched the new Netflix documentary about the Black Hawk Down?
No. What did
It's actually pretty fucking good. It gives both side. It has both side accounts, right? From Somalian people to the Rangers and Delta that was actually there.
Oh, I remember.
It's pretty fucking good.
cool.
I mean, because they give a side that we never get to hear from the Somalian side, right?
What did the Somalians say? They didn't want us there, right?
They just want us there. And they had and Lana and this one guy that was talking to him, he filmed the whole fucking thing, and he still's got the VHA clips, and they were showing them on there. I mean, it's pretty fucking good, you know.
I mean, sometimes
You
I
ever get a
think we
chance-
shouldn't like be in the business of other countries.
Sure, we shouldn't be, you know, we shouldn't have been. But I know the way those guys are feeling, right? You know, that what the fuck when they pulled out, right?
Mhm.
You know, it's like getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
You know, because those
Yeah.
guys lost a lot that day. You know,
Dude, nothing hurt me as bad as I already retired from the Navy, but when we pulled out of Afghanistan in 2021,
Yeah.
I just felt like it was Vietnam all over again. And I felt bad for every single person that lost their lives
Yep.
trying to protect our nation. And then it just
Yep.
got thrown away in the trash like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It
Well,
made
see,
me
that's-
so angry.
I felt the same way. And that fucking Monday night, because I go to group on Monday night at the vet center, right?
Mhm.
Boy, that was one fucking intense fucking group that night, right there.
I mean,
'Cause a lot of those guys I'm in group with, they're armed. I was the only Navy guy for a long time.
yeah, and they were all out there, right? They were all out there.
Army, fucking Jarhead, right? Boy, that
Yeah.
was fucking. Boy, you seen some fucking tempers fly that fucking night. And
Yeah,
it wasn't at one another. It was at fucking government for doing that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I saw that stuff and I was venting to my wife because I had absolutely nobody to talk to and she didn't understand because she was in the Navy from 2002 to 2006, right?
Yep.
She was there for a short time and she was there when we went to Iraq and all that other crap. And then they found fucking Gilgamesh's fucking tomb and all that crap and the Nephilim, which we saw in the emails later when fucking Hillary Clinton was trying to become president. But
Yep.
it breaks my heart because it's like I knew people that died and they died for nothing. And it made me so fucking mad because I thought about their wives. I thought about their kids. I thought about their sons, their daughters, their husbands, you know, because there were women that died out there too. And I was just like, come on, man. What is this crap? Why are we treating our own people like this? And I think that is the great divide between the other political spectrum and our political spectrum. It's like, why don't you honor the people that actually try to protect you?
I'll tell you
We may
why.
have not been doing the right thing, but we were doing the right thing in our own eyes because we were trying to protect America.
Carl Weathers said it the best in Predator since he's a CIA operative.
Yeah.
That's where he's like, you're expendable assets.
Yep.
You
And
know.
and that night we had a group, you know, we had an old Vietnam veteran in there, right?
Uh-huh.
Because Vietnam vets, they have their own group too. So he came, the counselor asked him to come in because he'd already been through all this once, but and he goes, fellas, he said, I know it's hard. He said, this is your all's Vietnam, generation's Vietnam, right here. He said, now you're seeing a part of what us Vietnam vets, what we felt when, after we left and not finished the job, not finished the mission, and as you don't even have to be on the ground. You could, like us, we was in operation during freedom, all that bullshit. It's like a kick. Why the fuck we even go over there if we're just gonna fucking just leave everything and hand it over to them and not do the transition the right way?
Exactly. And that place is such a volatile place. Israel's going off the chain, fucking Syria's going off the chain, Iran's going off the chain. And it's just like, I know that place is never going to be okay till he comes back. If you don't like him, too fucking bad. I don't care. But
well, even then, Rocky, it's not going to be okay, when Jesus comes back, because there's so many fucking religions that believe different fucking things.
Yeah,
they've been fighting for thousands of fucking years.
I know, but the only thing that's going to stop it. The only thing that's going to stop it is him. He's going to be like, okay, all you dudes, shut up. Because how he says, turn the other cheek in the Bible? He's going to turn everyone else's cheek when he comes back. Imagine that fucking God punch. That's a God smack. Remember the band Godsmack?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
A smack from the real God when he comes back. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be terrible.
I've always said this, right? If I was president, I'd pull everybody, close their bases in the Middle East, and just pull the fuck out and let them fucking goat numbers fight it out. And then, okay, whoever wins, you want to take us on? We'll come over. We'll fucking destroy you, motherfuckers. We'll turn everything into a fucking parking lot.
He's trying to do that now. He's closing out all kinds of shit.
Yeah. But I closed out every fucking base, period.
They're talking about pulling Germany's shit out because of how radical they're getting now.
Yeah.
Well, Germany's ruined because they let all the fucking immigrants come in and ruin it. Just like Spain, just like France, just like England. All those stupid, idiot, Western liberal, stupid fucks that don't take anybody serious are now fucking paying the price because they're fucking retarded.
Oh, Rocky, did I send you that one reel last night about, let me check here. It was about that stupid Kathy Griffin, right? Went over to England. And
she's the fucking dumbest retard I've ever seen.
But listen, she was in a cab, and the cab driver was Moroccan, right? Whatever the fuck it is. From back room. Moroccan, right?
Moroccan.
And he goes, hey, you're that lady from the picture. She goes, yeah, that lady. And she goes, start apologizing for Trump. He's like, no, Trump's the best president ever. Plain simple. I wish I could find that fucking reel. I thought I'd send it to him.
Oh, man, we got to see that shit. That's great.
And she was like, I don't understand.
That's because you motherfuckers are fucking stupid brainwashed retards.
And that was somebody in fucking England saying Trump is the best president ever.
I really wish that like Hollywood stars would see this and then they could come talk to me and be like, look, you're fucking retarded.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. just came out in defense of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we want our country to be better. We don't want it to be weakened. Why don't you understand that yet?
Yeah.
Like when Mike Tyson stuck up for him, people forgot everything that Trump did for Tyson when he got out of jail, put him back on in Atlantic City, got him going, paid him up. And when Mike Tyson, I think he was on the Breakfast Club, was like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. So what the fuck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? I was like, oh shit, he's hardcore on this one.
I was waiting for fucking them to step up to him. I'm like, this motherfucker going to drop him. I was waiting for that.
I'm just really mad at what happened with him and the Jake Paul fight, man.
That was a setup.
That seems so fake, man.
He held back, right? I couldn't watch it live, so I had to watch it the next day because it kept crashing, right? Dude, there was times, he was going for the kill. You could see him hold back on his punches. He did that for a payday. And that's why him and Jake Paul are banned from professional boxing.
That's why he you could tell the first time he really connected with him.
Yep.
Jake Paul was fucking toast, dude. He was, and Mike Tyson was up and tight and fucking caught him. Yep. And that's when Paul was like, you could see his eyes stand like, holy fuck, dude.
And then Jake Paul said something to him like, hey, we don't know what he said, but it's like, hey, calm down. Remember fucking the fucking role.
Trying to figure out why he kept biting his fucking, glove and shit. Because I was watching it, you could see him. He was biting his fucking glove, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I've never seen him biting at his glove like that. And
it's either bite the glove or
bite
he bites his fucking ear.
he was trying to keep from fucking biting his ear off.
Oh man, the more I see this crap, the more I think it's fake. And the more I'm like, this is the bread and circuses from the fucking Roman Empire. And
Oh, yeah,
it really, it upsets me. It makes me mad because it's like, how much shit is scripted that we don't know? It's like the fucking Running Man. You know what I mean? And it's like, why would we glorify people that never did anything and never accomplished anything?
That's like wrestling. I always thought for growing up, it was fucking real, right? That wasn't scripted, right? But when we got to air that, right? And then we started looking, okay, who's going to win this match? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Do you remember when Hulk Hogan had that one girl that he loved and he was begging for her and all that stuff?
Talking about Elizabeth?
I don't know. She was really pretty. She was like a brunette.
Miss Elizabeth was like Macho Man.
He was like begging for her on her knees and all that. And I'm like, I thought that was real back then because that's what I thought guys did. Normal guys that actually liked women that actually.
I mean, wrestling is real. I mean, it's real physical content.
It was scripted. I didn't realize it was scripted for a long time until we got the internet. So it's like, hey, start posting shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And we was on the fight at that time. Well, that's how that came out.
I had friends when I was at ACU4. Like we would put together to get the pay-per-view at my house, and they'd come over. Santiago and I forgot his name. Another big black dude. We used to Singleton, huge fucking yoked out dude. You want to talk about some funny shit with that guy? We were taking a pallet jack down to the supply really quick, and it's just me and him. And he's like, Matt, let's do something funny. He's like, jump on the back of this. I'm going to pull you on it and start acting like you're whipping me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And he's like, no, let's do it, dude. So I did. And I fucking jumped on there, and he like bends down. And he's pulling, and he's like, yes. And I'm like, go faster. And the people in the breezeway were like, what the fuck is going on? And this was back in like 2003. We're making these jokes. And we didn't get talked to afterwards because somebody brought up because it was insensitive. And we're like, he's the one that made it. He even said, he's like, I'm the one that did the joke. Well, that's still not appropriate. You can't be doing that shit.
Yes, master. Yes, master.
McClendon used to say that stuff. Remember McClendon?
Oh, yeah.
He was a funny dude, man. That dude made me laugh more than anyone else on that ship.
Fuck, I wrestled him in Birthing one day. He did hockey shirt to me, pulled my shit up over my fucking head, and fucking threw me into the fucking bulkhead.
Was he strong as fuck or what?
Oh yeah, he was, dude. He was
strong as fuck, dude.
He was. He was short like Gilead.
He was shorter than me. He was shorter than me.
That dude had like Hulk strength, man.
Yeah, he was fucking strong, man.
You just knew like he could roll up a dude that was 6'5".
Oh yeah, easy.
He turned him into a fucking Twinkie.
But he tried to outlift me one day. He couldn't outlift me though. I was like, he goes, Gilly. He said, I'll get you on the weights. I said, no, you ain't. I said, you're more cut than me. I said, I got country strength, brother.
Country strength.
I ended up seeing him back in 2007 when I was getting ready to leave at Sugi, dude. He was a DC1 at the time.
The little black leprechauns. That's why I called him one night. I was drunk. He's at the bar. I was like, get over here, you little black leprechaun. He's like, motherfucker, I'm going to beat your ass. I was like, get over here. Give me some fucking shamrock, bitch.
Yeah, he was a funny dude, man. That guy made me laugh more than anyone else. And I saw him that time. I was like, dude, it's so cool to see you, man.
And even used to fuck with him bad.
Oh, dude, they fucked with each other, him and Even. They were like, Even was really good at being a smart ass and getting comebacks, and these dudes could come back on each other, and they couldn't. It was like they were each other's equals when it came to comebacks and bagging on each other.
Oh yeah, because McClendon had a mouth up, but he stuck up for shit. When I seen him the few times, like, he'd say some shit like, and it made sense.
Yeah, he was a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He would stick up. You know,
I
he
like.
wasn't.
I mean, I was like fucking with him. I mean,
Well,
but he
yeah,
would
I mean,
fuck with right back too.
Yeah.
You know.
he was another one that would stick up. You know, and that like everybody out there, like these are all people from the fight. This is what we're trying to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, the brotherhood that's developed. You know, not only that, but just shitmates themselves. You know, that shit's almost gone, man, anymore.
Yeah, I've not seen any camaraderie like we described before.
No.
It's
I didn't
really
see it
sad.
I did not when I got to Laboot in 2002. I didn't see it on there at all. I mean, there was a few of us that had that, but like injury wise, gone pretty much. It's like everybody for themselves, pretty much. I'm like, the fuck? This ain't a fucking department, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a fucking chief on the Bulkley that was sleeping with one of the DC fucking threes, man. Like it was funny because her roommate was a guy that worked in the engine room. He showed up at the house like, "Hey, is so and so here?" And he's like, yeah, she's getting ready." You know what I mean? Like that weird, awkward fucking like, "Hey, you're seeing your fucking LCPO with your fuck coming to pick up your roommate." You're like, "What the fuck, dude?" And you're like, you see that shit like all the fucking time, man. It's that's where the Navy, I'll say it now, where it went fucking downhill, man. Like there's
It,
so many ships out there that's had that, and it comes out of the mess. It pisses me off so bad because they make the fucking Chiefs mess look so fucking bad.
you know what? But they do it to themselves.
I know, but still.
And as a chief, I could say that. I'm like, you know what? If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. But you
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
oh
They
yeah,
do it to themselves because they fucking know better and they still fucking do it. It's like lust. It's the lust of the flesh, dude. I'm like, look, there's pretty girls everywhere. There's
yeah,
handsome men everywhere. Why do you have to choose that one on the ship? Why can't you wait till you're at another command?
yeah.
You know? And
Well, you learned the hard way on that one,
mhm.
you know. So you
Yeah,
knew
I mean,
all about that shit already.
I did, and then I went to another command, and my wife ended up working with me. And
Yeah.
then you know what? She got out of the Navy, and then we had a normal life.
Yeah.
As much as you can have a normal life in the Navy, but but this girl, the girl that I married, she was just like, I don't know how to explain it, dude. The second I met her, it was like I met my wife. She liked me, and I tried to avoid it, but she she just did things that a wife would do, a loving, honest woman wife. And you cannot, as a smart man, as a man that knows, you cannot pass up a girl or a woman that is that awesome. You can't. You never will. If you do, you're fucking stupid.
Kid, I got tied up with NCIS on one of them that happened with an officer and chief, two chiefs, because we went out together and fucking out in port, and they were all hanging out. All three of us because we're on the buddies. That's why I hate the buddy system, man. Because everybody's got to stay together as a fucking group, and with us coming up together, actually being treated like fucking adults.
Yeah, that's the Achilles heel. That's how they get you.
Yeah, and you're kind of stuck with them, and fucking they're a hold of somebody, and they're all partying with the officers, and it's like, I don't really like being here. And one of the other female officers was like, "I don't really like being here." I was like, "Let's go for a walk. Like, let's get the fuck out of here before something." And sure as shit, something fucking went down, and then it turned into a fucking NCIS investigation. They called me in like a year later because I had left the ship, and I had to sit down with them and talk about the Airbnb, how it was laid out, what I can remember, and da 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 da. And I just thank God that I was like, you know what, I had that gut feeling, like I don't want to be in here. I want to go for a walk because I don't like where this is going, and I can't stop anybody because I was already like, we shouldn't be here. That bystander intervention shit. I'm like, I tried, couldn't stop, with it. So it's like, All right, well, I'm on flight, so that just goes back, to everything we talked about, being ambassadors to the actual Navy itself
You know,
for what they did by destroying it with the DEI shit. And these things have been destroyed
They
by
did.
these.
I mean, they destroyed the trust in your shipmate.
Mhm.
Like, like when I was in the Navy with my wife, she was my buddy when I got OC pepper sprayed.
hmm,
So when I got sprayed in the fucking eyes with OC pepper spray, she was the one that got me through it. But when she got sprayed, I was the one that got her through it. Could you do that with a girl nowadays without getting some kind of fucking false allegation?
nope.
Probably not.
Probably not, right? And now guys don't even want to mentor women because they can't trust them because they don't know what their intentions are. Yes, the tongue. Anyways, but it's like it's handicapped a lot of people. And I don't think the other people that not have not been in the military long enough, they don't understand that. They don't understand like you've got to be able to depend on the person next to you, whether it's a guy or a girl. And the sex has to go out the window because at that point it's about life and death.
I got one last story that attaches to that, and it's really important to me
Okay, go for it.
because when I was on the ship, there was a girl that left for sea school, right? And when I first got to the ship, they were telling me about her. Oh, she's a piece of shit. She's this. She does this. She does this. Right. So they were already trying to form my view. I was like, nah, let me meet her. And I met her. And I understood what her problem was. She had two mothers, that were lesbians. She's pretty much adopted. And I knew that she wasn't actually being tested enough. People just shit all over her. And when I started teaching her and training her like anybody else would, male or female, she actually excelled. And she was like, you know what? If you would have been here just a little bit earlier, I would have stayed in the Navy because I was teaching her how to turn wrenches, how to be a work center suit. Like, this is your fucking job. You're a second class. You're gonna assign the work. And if you have a problem with it, come talk to me and we'll figure it out. If you're being bitchy about it, we're gonna fix it. Right. And then we went through that, have taught her how to do, work center soup, how to set the boards, do all of that. And she was excelling. And then she started to want to learn how to do mechanics. And I started teaching her how to, do pump shaft alignments on the reducers, how to set shit like that. And, she really wanted to stay, but because of the way that they treated her, because of those things, because she did act a little bit whiny, nobody wanted to fucking put her in her place the correct way. You know what I mean? And I heard that from like 3 or 4 different people. And it just really upsets me that's like not taking care of your shit. Where we took care of each other. We taught each other.
Yeah.
Fuck, I learned so much from Gilly. Learned a lot from you. We learned from each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a shame that it's become so volatile that you have to look at the sex of a person and just be like, hey, we're all doing the same job. Let's make each other the best we can be. You
Because
know,
I would shit on guys that didn't have fucking any mechanical ability, and I'd shit on a female the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking suck at turning wrenches. Between the two. Fuck out of here. Go clean the bilge or go sweep paint something. You're gonna break more shit.
We was equal opportunity assholes.
You goddamn right, boy. Oh, sorry. Damn right. I didn't mean to take goddamn thing, Paul.
all right, guys. So,
Let's end on a good note.
yep. Hey, I got a good Bible verse to end on. So I'm going to end on that, okay? But I don't have a shipmate that we can honor. So
I don't
we can honor others that have passed that we know. Does anyone know anyone?
Not off the top of my head that I know
I
of.
think we've already covered them, the ones who's passed on the 5.
On the five. We can start doing other ones from there.
We can do other people from other places that we know or other shipmates that we've known or people that have been known before, just to honor their memory.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody's got names out there that want a shout out, throw it, in the comment section, and little bit about them, and we'll call it out on the show and do them
Yeah.
over silence.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read from Proverbs chapter 15. It's verse 1. And it's verse 1, 2, 1 and 2. It says, this is really important. I didn't learn this till I was way older because I was a hothead. It says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. How much is that fucking true? And then the tongue of the wise commends knowledge, but the mouths of fools pour out folly. Think on that one for a minute. The mouth of the wise always become like wisdom, right? But the people that say stupid shit, what does it do? It makes more stupid shit happen, right?
Makes more dumb people.
Yeah, it makes more people dumb and it makes more people say dumb shit. So, in other words, be cool and be a bad motherfucker like Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Motherfucker.
Anyways, I'm going to ring us out, okay?
Go, bring us out.
All right, let me finish. Let me fix this shit real quick, fellas. All right. Because this crap makes me just fucking crack up. Pfeiffer's departing. And that's it.